do you have any case studies that you can share with us, Fabien, that you can discuss? And hopefully the listeners or the watchers can actually identify with that and think, hold on a minute. Yes, I've experienced something like that. Yeah, I'm going through that right now, maybe.
Yes, of course, we have a couple of cases like this. Actually, this is we started with those customers on basis of auditing, inspecting, understanding their problems, and mostly consulting as a consulting to advise them what the right step, what are the right way of managing the production. And so then ending up by moving. So typical example that we have. A MacBook accessories customer that was producing in the not a small factory, actually it's quite a large factory, like more than 1,000 employees, and the customer was complaining about consistent quality issues. So I start to ask questions about, okay, how they manage quality. Do they have IQC? Do they have a QC report? Okay, you have this kind of dimensions that are not okay, that the connector doesn't fit well all the time, and so on. So how suppliers is controlling this, and discussing with the customer, figure out that basically they barely have any quality control. So I start to explain to customer, okay, how it should work normally in the proper companies between IQC, IPQC, or QC. So based on the quality plan, and then also having an ERP so they can track all this information, and we end up discussing, okay, let's start with an audit on the factory, so production audit, so during the production. And so I've been there with my production manager, and we review the process, and I would say those guys were not bad. They were just doing the job as planned somehow, but no quality control. So there is barely any IQC, barely any OQC, no traceability of what has been done. This was very basic. So they have some problem of scratch during the line, and effectively the handling was not very mature. They have no tools to protect that. Worker was not trained. There was a very long line with a rolling carpet where you had about 10 workers, so there's a lot of space between the workers. So everything can happen. They easily can get damaged on the way. When they screws apart, there was nothing to protect it. And so on. And the packaging also, there was one person doing all the step in packaging, so there was often some labels missing, and so on. So we reported all those issues with the customer to the customer, and then okay, that was basically a red flag for them, especially that I explained, okay, this is an engineer, this is what we do, and not only this is what we do, but we are going to show you that is exactly how we apply it. And so we did a virtual tour, then he sent someone on site, and it was kind of easy to get convinced, okay, this is I understand the problem, I understand the solution, so let's drive this running. So that was a standard case I have with a customer. I have another case. It was like a light for jewels to take pictures, like a shopping special light for making shopping pictures, basically.
Okay.
Not for jewels, but generally for shopping picture, for website. And they're starting with, they have a bit different perspective. So they have some issues, communication issues, so they have like to get things moving, lack of capability to develop products as well. So basically, the customer was growing, but the supplier was not. So the more they were asking, the more they get, no, we cannot do that. And on top of that, lack of visibility on the BOM, on the problems, and so on. So basically accumulating the problem over time and not solving them. So here we propose also similar things. Go to audit, see what the situation, and get things moving. So we did the audit. We found a number of issues, and most of the time, quality control is at the root cause of the problem. So here, same, the quality was not managed very well, and also the transparency was very limited. which is also either a sign that they don't want to share anything, or there is nothing to share. No matter what, is not very good for long term. So then afterward we discuss with customer and say, yes, okay, this is how we manage again, how we manage in engineering. So we follow the process. We have our own structure. When we change a component, this customer has a problem with component change typically. So that without approving. So I explained that component change should be tracked by EC process, engineering change, and this engineering change should be not only managed inside the organization because it impacts IQC, OQC, and so on, but it also, of course, should be approved by the customer. So all those steps where customer abusing customers like this, but on top of that, it is very important for factory management, and this is why team is very important as well. Managing this in Excel is possible, but it requires a lot of tracking and being very details oriented, which is not easy to when the company is growing. So one customer is possible, but when you have multiple customers, that's not really possible anymore. So that's the two cases I wanted to yeah.
I think there's some sort of obvious red flags in there for me. The way you're explaining it with respect to the transparency is a big one. If a customer or is wanting to identify where you're buying this, key component from, and the information's not coming across, that's why. It's just a little bit weird. That's wrong. So it's that's a big one. That's a big one. So thanks for sharing that. I think that was very good. Two very different products, two very different sort of customers, but with very similar problems. And I think there was an underlying theme there that was running through this: poor quality processes or lack of a quality process in both cases. So which is very important to understand. And if you see that, this is one of those things where you need to say, you know what, maybe this supplier isn't the right supplier for me, and you do really need to start looking for an alternative supplier at that particular time.